Are they gonna roll like odds now until Day of the Devs comes out or something? No, the 1 kilo statue there, damn son. Yeah, seems like it's gonna be break, but they're gonna be showing stuff too. It's gonna be not enough to shower. I mean, doable. That's gotta go fast. That's gotta go fast. This is the burnt-in odds. This was about to become not allowed on Twitch.
Hi everybody and welcome to the
Alrighty, let's go.
Showcase. Thanks to Jeff Keighley for having us be part of his Summer Games Fest, and thank you to all of you, the millions of people watching out.
I guess it's already gonna start.
This thing has really grown since it started 10 years ago here in San Francisco. Day of the Devs was an idea from Double Fine Productions and their friends at IM8bit to put on a show that really celebrated video games. And
They are, Yuri. Hello, sir. I mean, they did the Psychonauts and everything. It's actually still doing real good.
And also listen to music and eat food and drink. And it was really just a festival of amazing creativity and a very inspiring event. And then during the pandemic, it became digital only. And now we're doing both, a live event and a digital showcase, so people from around the world can enjoy.
So Double Fine is very relevant.
Number of submissions this year, more people wanting to be part of Day of the Devs than any year previously, and we have more world premieres today than ever.
And yeah, they have this little show running too.
I hope you're excited, and please.
And he's promoting a lot the documentaries and kind of documenting your, like, you know, development and stuff. Really good.
Digital showcase. There would be effects on that. It'll sound good.
I'm pleased to introduce a brand new game from a team that is near and dear to my heart. This is from Greg Lobanoff and the team at Wishes Unlimited, who made incredible games like Wander Song and Chicory. Here's their new title,
Chicory.
Beastie Ball.
There's gonna be some comfy stuff there.
Hi, I'm Greg Lobanov, and I am bouncing off the walls excited to finally tell you what my friends and I have been working on together ever since Chicory came out a couple years ago. Introducing Beastie Ball! Beastie Ball is a turn-based RPG where you coach a team of beasties to play Beastie Ball, which is kind of like volleyball. You play as this customizable coach character, and you can explore this huge open world, recruiting all kinds of beasties to your team. Then you can challenge rival sports teams as you rise your way through the Beastie Ball rankings.
For the agenda.
Beasties are highly social creatures that evolved to play sports. In their natural wild state, they're constantly playing Beastie Ball to build friendships, to settle disputes, or just to have fun. When beasties play together, they actually become friends with one another.
Break before Devolver? Probably gonna be.
And
Maybe even quite a big one
personalities and their
because, you
teamwork
know,
style, they can form different kinds
they're
of
not
friendships.
synced, I think, with Devolver.
But
Devolver
whether
is
they become
kinda
besties or rivals
on their
or
own.
partners or sweethearts, they'll get some kind of unique combo ability that only that pair of beasties can do, which can turn the tide in a really tough match.
So with this game, we really wanted to emphasize the beasties' agency as living creatures. They're doing their own thing, making their own decisions. They'll only join your team after being convinced by you fulfilling a certain set of conditions while you're playing against them. The goal isn't to collect as many beasties as you can, but to spend time with the ones that you care about and be surprised by the ways that they grow and change, and the bonds that they form with each other. We knew we wanted to create a really wide variety of beasties that each have their own ecological niche and way of playing Beastie Ball. So we're working with a really wonderful bunch of concept artists and spending a lot of time on each design. All the beasties have a range of colors and sizes, and their poses and animations are all hand-drawn, which gives us lots of opportunity to express their personalities and their different ways of moving.
To help give each beastie that personality, we've been doing unique voices for them. Each one can express a range of emotions, and we've had a lot of fun performing that. But it's not all just friendships
Insane.
and rainbows. This game is about
the best
sports.
voice actor.
You come from a tiny town built around a nature preserve. You're kind of underdogs until one day when the Beastie Ball League shows up and starts tearing down the preserve to build a stadium. Your only way to stop the construction is to rise all the way to the top of the Beastie Ball League.
Right from the start of your adventure, you'll be able to see all the ranked teams on your
What
map.
engine was
You
that?
decide where to go,
I
who to
wonder.
challenge,
Didn't kind of look Unity to
and
me.
every time you defeat a ranked coach, the other ranked coaches become stronger. So no matter which way
Maybe
you
it
go,
was,
you'll have a tough and exciting rise to the top.
We're so excited to finally reveal
Maybe
this.
got
It's a really special
some
project
also
for us.
that Godot
And
going.
if Beastie Ball looks cool to you too, then please check
Actually,
us
no,
out
it
at
wasn't. I think it was
beastieballgame.com.
the
We're gonna be
code
revealing
was
our campaign
wasn't.
very soon, and we'd love to have your support. Thanks very
It was
much.
still Visual
Can't wait to
Studio, I
talk to
think,
you
for the
more about
code,
Beastie Ball.
at least.
In Hyperlight Breaker, Heart Machine's follow-up title in the Hyperlight universe, you'll assume the role of a mercenary with some serious skills. You'll be entering the Overgrowth, an amazing open world with everything from lush rolling hills to deep labyrinths. They'll be comprised of both handcrafted
The
and
wind
procedural
behind is going
elements,
crazy there.
Just how I like my levels. Like its predecessor, it'll be chock full of secrets and lore, sure to satisfy even the most curious explorer. You'll face off against enigmatic
The
enemies,
Hyperlight.
armed with an arsenal of weapons that you've crafted with the spoils of your previous battles. And for those die-hard fans that have been eagerly awaiting its release, we have some never-before-seen sneak peeks. This is Hyperlight Breaker.
Hello, I'm Alex, creative director at Heart Machine, and we're making Hyperlight Breaker. Hyperlight Breaker is a huge, stylish, bloody game. As is our MO, it's a game that's vivid but bleak, with a crumbling world that can be brutal and beautiful all at once. It's a major landmark for us, and the first of its kind, an open world game where you never return to the same world twice. You could say it's a mix of incredible open world games like Breath of the Wild, distilled into the format of a roguelike such as Dead Cells or Hades. You can play alone or with friends.
This is procedurally
cooperating
generated.
online. Breaker's narrative will be presented fully through visual storytelling, where you'll discover and decipher the mystery of this world and lost land from long ago. Every world will be different, loaded with dangerous creatures, razor-sharp combat, vast overgrown wilderness, long-dead civilizations, and
Yeah, they kind of
rediscoveries
hit
of
that
mysterious, vibrant,
kind of like Risk of
horribly
Rain
ominous atmosphere.
feel with roguelike stuff, and Risk
Each
of Rain
biome in the
2
world is different, with unique
is still
dangers,
pumping hard,
set pieces,
so
and stories of their own. There will be massive bosses to take down in an open structure with dangerous, unique, and challenging sub-bosses scattered throughout runs. You'll pick up new gear,
bosses
make new
and stuff
builds,
looks kind of nice.
unlock
The
new
regular
characters, upgrade your
running in the
equipment
world
as you
with like
bring back
random
more
mobs
and
kind of
more
looks not that
materials from
nice.
runs. We've learned so much from our previous games, building up amazing tech and
Like, this looks kinda
unparalleled
like
knowledge and experience as a team. Breaker's the culmination
Huge
of
like
all that
empty
incredible
area with
I'm
just
excited
mobs
to
running
have
there
you experience it for yourself.
chaotically. That was kind of weird. The boss fight looks good though.
We'll have a lot more information on the game as we come.
So I'm not
closer
sure
and
how like
closer
this
to
open world
early
thing will
access
work for
later
them.
this year.
We have Furi, hard to say. We fight them though, that's for sure. I guess maybe two. There's a tail and stuff.
And now, in
Maybe.
true Day of the Devs fashion, we're traveling halfway around the globe to Transylvania to bring you a game that is not what you expect.
Damn son.
From developer Stone Skip and publisher iam8bit Presents, I'm thrilled to bring you a world premiere title that is not only relaxing and enjoyable, it's chill and vibey. Let that anxiety go while you play Simpler Times.
Hi there, welcome. I'm Lara.
And I'm Dragos of Stoneskip Studio. We are a small team from Transylvania, and our mission is to create meaningful interactive experiences. Our first game, Simpler Times, sheds light to the beauty of the ordinary and serves as a place from the past where you can be present.
Simpler Times follows Tyna on a heartwarming journey through her
Yes, he's
memories
there.
as she prepares to leave her childhood home.
Man, it's getting pretty full. Starting to feel like I'm never gonna come back.
We want you to slow down and savor the present moment.
Sounds
by
something I'm gonna
immersing
go
you
through
in
IRL soon, maybe.
It's apple picking season. My favorite.
Through visual storytelling
That
and
was the
mindful
eraser. I had those back in the day.
You'll journey alongside her as she delves into her past and uncovers her authentic self.
With each puzzle, Taina grows closer to adulthood and you'll be there to guide her. From simple activities like picking dried leaves from a plant to more complex ones like
Dropping
building
it
a
on the
birdhouse,
floor.
you'll interact with objects that hold sentimental value for Taina.
I really wish I could take you with me. I'm gonna miss our duets together.
We know the world is getting faster every day. We live in it too. We wanted to create a space where players can take a break, slow down, and enjoy something meaningful. Simpler Times stems from stories we believe
Doomsday,
people
I see.
told and heard.
Pain.
Inspired by the
Pain.
sturdy place we're now sitting in, the game is a reflection of the physical spaces we spend time in and the memories we hold dear.
I've spent so much time here looking out the window. It's hard to believe that I won't see this view for a while.
We want to build a sense of awareness and appreciation for the world around us, encouraging you to reflect on your own memories and experiences.
Simpler Times is coming soon on PC and other platforms, so make sure to wishlist on Steam and follow us on social media.
Thanks for taking the time to listen. We hope you'll enjoy playing Simpler Times as much as we enjoyed creating it. Bye!
Bye!
It's like childhood is the beach and growing up is the sea. Can I still take all these seashells with me? Can I lock them in a chest with my memories?
Yes, yeah. Peru.
This next game is from Sad Owl Studios and Thunderful Publishing. It's a really unique puzzle game built around a camera mechanic where the photos that you take become 3D worlds to explore.
No, there it is.
This is Viewfinder.
Another one. The Viewfinder. That look dink.
Viewfinder is a difficult game to describe in words, but if you saw it, you'd immediately recognize it.
What is this place?
It is a game that, gives players a lot of freedom.
What's an old photograph doing here?
The Walrus D, yep.
You can take photos or find photos and then make them into real 3D spaces.
Hang on, did you just shift reality? Sick.
Okay, the commentary, dude. The
What is
commentary.
unique
Can
is
we,
the
like,
central mechanic where you
remove
use
that
camera
trend?
pictures to
Forget
reshape
about
and
it.
Configure the world around you in order to solve challenges in creative ways.
It's such a unique experience, and I think everybody is just gonna have a different experience of how they play Viewfinder.
Can we go back to
and
silent
that's
protagonist?
just
Yeah.
a really nice thing to it.
A perfect fit. An elegant solution.
That doesn't look right.
You can rotate reality too!
Bro.
If I was to compare Viewfinder to other games,
Why?
I'd say it's like the
Why
game
did we start that trend even?
with the visual illusions of Superliminal or Antechamber. People have also compared it to The Witness and
It also seems kind of like, like the chill puzzle game. Like, you don't need the commentary, dude.
a puzzle game, but it's very sandboxy and playful and open-ended.
The whole concept of when we started is that when you actually create something, you do destroy a lot of things. And, that's just a very important lesson in creation. Viewfinder is created by different people. And, we have people from all over the world who have such a diverse and interesting cultures.
each character comes from a different culture. There's a lot of sort of culture-specific props and items and themes who you learn about, mostly through environments and environmental storytelling. And so we've tried to sort of make these special spaces that really represent that character, who they are, what they like to do.
I'm sure you noticed by now, but using film was always Mirren's idea. One of her many passions. Celion was always fond of games.
It's just very important for us to just put in what we know so that the rest of the world could also, have a glimpse of the experiences that we've had.
This must be the next stage. Let's go!
Please, no commentary.
We received a record number of submissions for this Summer Game Fest edition of Day of the Devs, but this next game didn't actually come through that process. We have eyes everywhere, and the curation team is always looking for games. This next one actually came from Twitter because the creator was posting all these amazing GIFs, and we reached out via DM and asked if we could feature the game. So here it is, this beautiful, gorgeous, hand-drawn ghost story called Haunty.
Hello everyone, my name is Leo Dasso, and I'm with Moonloop. Together we're making a game called Haunty. The main mechanic in Haunty is that as a ghost you can haunt things and get access to their abilities. There's a big variety of things that you can haunt in this game. I think you'll have a lot of fun sort of exploring around and seeing what different things you can haunt and the abilities
Steve
that they
True.
give you. Core mechanics resemble very much a twin-stick shooter. However, unlike twin-stick shooters, it focuses less on the high-intensity moments and more on finding creative ways to use the twin-stick paradigm to create fun solutions to the challenges in the game. Haunty follows the story of a ghost in the afterlife, and beyond that it really expands into a lot of ghosts in the afterlife and sort of the stories that they have. The progression and story of Haunty both center around collecting these stars, and the stars have this special ability that they give ghosts access to pieces of their past life that they've left behind. The environments and characters are all carefully crafted with a
2 discs already trending on Twitter,
There's a
alright.
lot of painstaking frame-by-frame animation work in there, and we have a fantastic soundtrack. So it all sort of comes together to give you this sort of tour through the afterlife, chilled out experience. If this is something you're interested in, be sure to wishlist it. It helps us out a lot.
It looks nice though.
Our next game is a bit of a blast from the past. It arrived on the scene around 12 years ago, quickly became the talk of the town, and won a handful of awards, including the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at GDC's Independent Games Festival. But then, shortly afterwards, both the game and its creator vanished. That game was Cart Life, a slice-of-life simulation game that put you in the shoes of various street vendors and tasked you with setting up a successful business selling bagels or newspapers. As the story unfolds, you'd soon find yourself making tough choices and trying to balance keeping your business afloat with the needs of your character and their families. It was a truly unique, powerful, and special game, and it's super sad that it's been unplayable now for the better part of a decade. But it gives me great pleasure to tell you that, lovingly restored and better than ever, Cart Life is back.
Hi, I'm Nick Herman. I'm with Ad Hoc Studio, and we're here to show you Cart Life. Cart Life is a retail simulator developed by Richard Hoffmeyer and was originally released in 2013, where it won a bunch of awards at the Independent Games Festival. For a variety of reasons, he ended up pulling it off Steam, but
sure
all of
that
us
I
at
see
Ad Hoc
that.
are such big fans of Richard's work. Now we're partnering with him to help bring it back. In Cart Life, you can play as 3 different characters in any order. Each have their own unique background and circumstances, but what they all have in common is that they're trying to make it as street vendors. Melanie is a recently divorced mother and has moved back into her family home with her daughter, all the while trying to establish her new coffee cart. Andris is a Ukrainian immigrant who is trying to put down roots in a new town by opening a newspaper stand. And Vinny has big dreams, but never enough money to make it happen. He's hoping that selling his homemade bagels will help turn things around for him. Managing your own cart is not an easy job. Just like in real
Yakuza
life,
is 50
in
and
Cart Life,
farming game
resources are
60.
limited.
Damn son, the value.
You need to
The
take care
value
of yourself and
proposition.
others, and how you prioritize the needs of your cart against the personal needs of each character will determine the outcome of their stories. The world of Cart Life is alive and filled with characters who are potential customers that you'll get to know as you try to build your business. There's no right or wrong way to play this game. What players choose to do with the time that they have with each character is entirely up to
Yeah,
them.
that'll be nice to see
Everyone's
Bed of
experience
Exile
will be
too. That'll
different
be good
based on the
stuff.
choices they make, what they prioritize,
I'm
and
curious. I'm
even the order in
curious.
which they choose to play the characters. This release is going to have a bunch of new story content, new art, updated controls and mechanics, and we really look forward to sharing it all with you on PC and console later this year.
PC and console.
The skateboard renaissance has been going on for the last couple years in games, and as we
Can't
get
recognize the
deeper into
cat,
grind
actually.
revival, things are getting a little more avant-garde and daring. This next one gives you all that Tony Hawk mechanical goodness that you crave, but with a heavy helping of demons and brimstone. This is the world premiere of Hellskate.
Who that'd be?
Hello, my name is Jordi van den Bussen, also known as Kwebbelkop. I'm the CEO and founder of Phantom Coast, and today we'll be talking about Hellskate.
A lot of skating recently.
First try. Here we go. No! That was a good combo. All right, that's it.
And more commentaries.
Too slow. Again.
Hellskate takes place in Wertheim. Here you play as Anton Falcon, a skater through and through.
Yes,
All
I'm
Anton
also not a
wants to do
huge
is
fan
skate
really.
on Wertheim's fabled beach.
I
Even
played
if
only
that
like
means he
some
has to go through the
very
gods
old
and
Tony
monsters
Hawk,
who will do
and
anything to stop
I wasn't
him
really like
and his
super into
skater
it,
friends from doing
and
what
that
they
didn't
love
change
most.
since then.
The skateboard mechanics are very similar to
Even though I was
the
like roller
Fortnite
skating back in the
games
day,
such
for
as Tony
example,
Hawk.
IRL, but
I
like
mean, our lead game designer Steve actually worked on
in like
Tony Hawk
the skate park and stuff, but like
started
still not
a
really
long time
interested
ago,
to me.
the idea, and the far-flung land of 2002, I worked on a game called Tony Hawk Underground. And at the time we were working on it, we were thinking,
Yes, these two, I
man,
see.
this really looks a lot like an RPG or an action RPG. Of all these
Yeah, I don't remember
stats
what's
and you're
Underground was
upgrading
not a
all
one
this
I
stuff.
played,
Super
but yeah, I
cool,
just
super neat,
didn't
right?
really get into
But
it.
Of course, we're bound to Tony Hawk. We're bound to the real pro skaters. It always seemed to me that skate graphics create and imply such an interesting world, but it's not a coherent world that you can visit. So that was one of the motivations behind Hellskate. Hellskate is a skateboarding roguelike game. It fuses together old school skateboarding with the tricks and traversal, manuals, grinds, jumps, balance meters with roguelite structure.
Just like with other games in the roguelite genre, death is a central mechanic in the game. When you
Isn't
die
that
in a
mob
run,
there?
thankfully you don't lose everything.
Could be.
Keep your resources, which you can use to get permanent upgrades such as tattoos or skateboards, which act as weapons. The combat in our game can be described as a fast-paced skateboard hack and slash. While you have your light and heavy attacks, the core of the gameplay revolves around your skateboarding tricks.
The game should be quite easy for people to pick up and play. It has a combat system which is meant to be very friendly, very forgiving and rewarding, especially at the beginning. And then gradually it teaches you and ramps up the skill of the skateboarding, where you need it, when you need it.
Why did you stop me from skating?
Look at yourself. Your wing, your arm. What do you think happens when that gets to your head?
Thank you for watching this reveal of Hellskate. Wish listing the game would mean the world to us.
I mean, it looks kind of alrighty. I'm just, you know, really into the skating scene.
In our next game, Henry Halfhead, you play as Half a Head. That's it. That's the game. But it's so much more than that too, because you see, Henry can be many things, can be anything, in fact. He has the curious ability to be able to transform into anything he can reach. Using this peculiar power and perplexing form, you'll live the life of the title character, navigating sandbox situations crafted by Zurich-based developers Lululu Entertainment, and in so doing, maybe ponder the philosophical questions. Who is? How is? What does it mean to be Henry Halfhead?
Welcome! May I introduce you to Henry? Henry's not just anyone.
0.5 head, yeah?
Well, everything. Henry can transform into everything in their reach. Yes, everything. And that's how they manage their daily life. The familiar noise of Henry's alarm clock announces the dawn of a new day. And it will keep ringing until Henry gets up and calms the nervous, quivering machine. Tick-tock, tick-tock. At least half awake, Henry is ready for their morning routine, which they usually start by making their bed. Staying in bed is tempting, but only leads to regret later. Henry knows that if you want to change the world, you have to start off by making your own bed. Completing this simple task in the morning gives Henry a little bit of pride and the feeling of control over their life. With part of the morning routine done, Henry was ready to
Hey Guaco, hello. How we doing, man? Got both the Cougar and the Predator in. The dynamic duo.
For hours, Henry could sit
How we doing, man?
lifting the seat up and down, pretending it was a singing mouth. Not too hot, not too cold. Henry bought a turmeric soap. They didn't know, they just like the color. It's actually great for their skin.
The dynamic duo.
That got all the dirt. Henry should now dry themselves. All clean and dry, Henry is now ready for a proper breakfast. Breakfast with a warm beverage is important, and so is keeping up with the news.
Nice, Guaco, nice. Sounds good.
This week. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day.
I'm gonna show the whole game now, yeah.
The best drink.
Then the
Henry
cube
can
of
make from
coffee.
wheat.
That's my jam.
The candy of nature. Delicious. Well fed and well informed, Henry has to get ready and pack for work.
And Henry got toasted too.
If Henry takes the lunchbox and leaves
Insane.
now, they can catch the 8 o'clock bus. Double the Henry, double the fun. Play Henry's not-so-ordinary everyday life in co-op mode. Henry Everyday Life with a twist.
That's on with co-op even. Can you just make one head then? With two hulls?
The game is from Jeppe Carlsen, a creator who's perhaps best well known for his work as master puzzle creator on Limbo and Inside. We had the honor of working with him to publish 2 of his solo projects as part of Double Fine Presents: rhythm action platformer 140 and co-op arcade shooter Thoth. 2 of the most fiendishly well-designed and fun puzzle games I've ever played that truly give you a sense for and appreciation of Jeppe's contributions to those Playdead titles. His new game sees him teaming back up with Jakob Schmidt, composer of 140, and applying his trademark puzzle skills to a beautiful, mind-bending adventure game. This is Cocoon.
Hello, I'm Jakob, co-founder and audio director of Geometric Interactive in Copenhagen. I would like to show you what our amazing team has been working on for the last couple of years. Our game, Cocoon.
Didn't we see this one in one of the showcases? It looks familiar. It's even like last year or something. The Wild Waffle. There's some scoring stuff there.
Cocoon is an adventure game with multiple worlds, and each of these worlds are contained within an orb. Let me demonstrate by jumping out of the world which we are currently exploring. Just like that, we are now in a world outside.
And then another layer. No?
The orange orb here contains the world we were previously exploring. Let's jump out one more time.
Yeah.
We are now in a world even further outside and can explore this world using the orange orb that we picked up.
The way to think.
Orbs can be placed on switches to power devices and solve puzzles. And you can even throw them into pipes.
It looks kind of nice and smooth though.
You can use the hierarchy of worlds within worlds to solve interesting puzzles. For example, to safely avoid this moving barrier, you simply jump out of the world, let it pass by, and jump back in.
We need to go
Now,
deeper.
Cocoon is not only about exploration and puzzles. Within each world, you have to face a mighty guardian. Here is a first glimpse of one of these encounters.
No, see, alright. Damn son, about time. Yeah, the Pal World, The Pal World,
We hope you look forward to exploring the mysterious worlds of Cocoon, releasing later this year on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
That looks kind of nice. Maybe a little way to think, but still.
And now, I'm pleased to bring you a title from French-Canadian developer Impossible. In this relaxing artistic exploration game, you play a painter with a watercolor brush and a whole city to explore. This game is more than appropriate for Day of the Devs Summer
They
Game
should
Fest
gotta show
edition
this, I
because its
say.
title,
Time to
Été,
play.
in French, translates to the
Time
word
to play.
summer.
Yeah, that game is a beam, man.
My name is Laszlo, and I'm the creative director at Impossible. We are a small Montreal-based indie studio working on our first title, Été. In Été, you see the world through the eyes of a painter, with every surface acting like a blank canvas, just waiting for you to fill it with color. Été means summer in French, because it's set in our French-speaking hometown of Montreal, Canada, as you step into the shoes of a painter who's traveling abroad for, well, the summer. This is a game for people who love pure exploration. You're free to roam open city scenes at your own pace, following your curiosity, getting sidetracked, and discovering secrets along the way.
Paint the dog and then you can pet the dog.
Fill
Damn,
something with
son.
ink, you'll extract its color
Next
as droplets
level.
of experience. And as you level up, you'll become able to unleash larger splashes of paint that reveal a bigger part of the world at once.
Yeah, the paint grenade.
You'll also meet plenty of locals, taking part in their lighthearted, everyday anecdotes, and some of them will even commission artworks from you. Using your bike, you can travel quickly back to your apartment and paint those commissions on canvas. That's where your creativity comes into play. At your easel, you can create gorgeous watercolor artworks using anything you've discovered in your expedition so far. Stamps on your canvas can be freely moved, resized, rotated in 3D, and even recolored. The canvas is pretty much your sandbox that lets you put your own spin on
Way to
commissions.
think.
And if you're feeling inspired, you can paint as many creative artworks as you like without any kind of limitation. With hundreds of unlockable stamps at your disposal and dozens of commissions to inspire you, the only limit really is your imagination. Apart from living your best life as the friendly neighborhood painter, you'll also get to meet other like-minded artists, like Marianne, an ambitious photographer, and Theo, a talented musician, among many others. If you manage to befriend them, maybe they'll let you in on their best-kept secret, an abandoned building that could become your very own painting studio. But you'll have to dive into that story for yourself. It is coming out in 2024, and we hope you'll enjoy your adventures as a traveling painter in this lovingly crafted, whimsical summer world.
That's kind of nice.
Hi everybody, how do you like the
Painting
show so far?
systems
This is
were
the time
quite
when we take a
something.
brief break to talk about the long and complicated process by which we accept games into the nominating committee and all the legal ramifications and the technical rules that go with the accounting of the...
Tim, sorry. I thought that, yeah, I thought I was doing something here too.
All right, okay.
All right. Hey, Kelly from Indie Mega Booth here with a very exciting announcement. We're back. If you're a fan of indie games, you may have seen the Indie Mega Booth at shows like PAX West and PAX East over the last decade, bringing together a curated selection of the best up-and-coming indie titles. Games like Crypt of the Necrodancer, Tunic, Disco Elysium, Spiritfarer, Celeste, Mini Metro, Astroneer, The Stanley Parable, and Papers, Please have all been part of the Indie Mega Booth community. If you're a dev, you'll likely know us from our industry work, such as our GDC showcases, our presence at Bit Summit, our global outreach and events, including a robust scholarship and grant program. And if you've never heard of any of this, well, that's fine. Just think of us as like a stepping stone into the games industry, where folks who love indie games can connect with each other, discover new games, and be part of a welcoming, diverse, broad, creative community. Indie Mega Booth has been in hibernation during the pandemic, but we are so excited to announce that we're finally waking up from our big long slumber, and we're ready to move forward with IMB 2.0. Head on over to our brand new website, indiemegabooth.com, and be Indie Know by signing up for our newsletter. Learn about new games, upcoming showcases, digital sales, and the best ways to help support the games and developers that you know and love. As we've always said, individually we're tiny, together we're mega.
Omega. Or does it actually get accepted?
We have another world premiere for y'all, and
Well,
it's also really thematically appropriate for this showcase. You'll see why. In a
seems like you also need to
it's from
kind of
an
like be
aesthetically
there,
amazing studio
you know,
called Man and
physically.
Sea.
So I guess
They're
depends on
from
like
also
which
series that you
event
know and love,
you're
but
trying to get
essentially it's not
accepted
what you're
to.
expecting from them. It'll be hurting your way. It'll be flocking your way. No, I like hurting.
Especially now that it's in person,
It'll
I guess.
be hurting your way next year. It's called Summerhill. It's about sheep.
Hi there, my name is Harry Nesbitt, and I'm the founder and creative director of Land and Sea. We're a small team from the UK, best known as the developers of the Alto's Adventure series. Now, over the last few years, we've been busy growing the team and laying the groundwork for our most ambitious project yet. It's an entirely new IP that aims to build on the themes that we care about most as a studio, and we're super excited to be able to share this exclusive first teaser with you today. So please take a look, and I'll be back at the end to tell you more.
Tell more in process. The sheeple time. Is the Altus herd? Okay, they disappear. Life, loss, and livestock.
We hope you
Damn,
enjoyed this
son.
first look at our brand new game, Summerhill. To give you a little bit more detail, Summerhill is a story-driven puzzle game in which you play as a young shepherd and their dog. Together you'll be setting out to rescue your lost flock that have been scattered across the mysterious land that lies at the
journey,
border of
yeah.
your home. Summerhill brings together gentle problem solving, fluid herding-based gameplay, and striking pastoral landscapes to tell a timeless coming-of-age folktale. As a team, we've been massively inspired by the rich history and cultural
The ship
impact of
puzzle.
sheep herding across the world. There are few people or places that haven't been impacted in some small way by the practice of shepherding. Even the name, Summerhill, is a name often given to highland pastures where sheep are taken to graze during the warmest months of the year. In many ways, sheep herding is in our DNA, and we really want to do justice to this timeless tradition. and tell a
Second to
story
the
that
same
can
game,
only
yeah.
be told in this
Other
way.
Dungeon 5.
We're also super excited to be working again with our longtime collaborator, Todd Baker. Todd is a composer and audio designer best known for his work on games such as Monument Valley 2, Dreams, and our very own Alto's Odyssey. We can't wait to share more with you, so if you'd like to be the first to hear about what we're up to, please head over to our Steam page to wishlist the game, or go to summerhill.game to join our mailing list. Thanks again, and we look forward to sharing more with you again soon.
Next up, we have an update on Eternites. This is from Studio Psy, essentially a one-person team with a few friends helping out on the side. And it's a dating action game. Now, you've heard a lot about this title.
Sorry.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, Greg. I know I shouldn't be interrupting Day of the Devs. But it's urgent. A virus has turned most of us into... I don't know how much longer we can hold out. It won't be easy, and the road will be long, but who knows? Maybe we'll find
Oh man, there's gonna be like that reminded me there's gonna be the VTuber show again.
action game that takes adrenaline-fueled combat and mixes it
Is
together
it
with
tomorrow?
a heartfelt love story.
I don't remember which one was that. Feature play, I think, right? Or was it? Feature play, alright. So tomorrow, prepare your dice of pain, probably.
Too much. And it's during these moments that I'm happy to have someone to lean on.
Get your flubbed warfares there.
Fighting for our lives, solving puzzles.
Tomorrow, I think so. Was it?
It's easier when you have someone special by your side to make things less scary. So, what now?
Oh wait a sec. Oh yeah, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is nothing. Yeah, Saturday. Saturday is gonna be.
Hey, have you ever passed a note to your crush? I mean, or you can just fight for friendship. That's cool and not. Wow, we are so cheesy. Mini games. We have so many mini games that can help you unlock unique skills and spells in battle. So yeah, you can fight monsters, explore dungeons, date.
Pony pre-ordering.
I mean, so many things like train, scavenge, date. Did I say date twice? Anyway, you have to manage and balance all these activities if you want to save the world. The clock is ticking. Okay, cool. Bye!
Son, what do you think?
Wishlist now.
Next up, from Italian
Okay.
Icelandic developer Evil Licorice, comes a nostalgia-fueled gadget-building sim that demystifies electronics engineering and allows you to share your
Damn, got him.
creations with the
Got him.
Hello everyone, I'm Marco Bancale from Evil Licorice, and I'm one of the designers of Retro Gadgets.
Esiste USA. Hopefully.
Although it takes me forever to build
Hey,
something
Rajan.
like this, I love the feeling of seeing something happening on a screen like this one when I rotate the knob or I press the buttons. And this is where the idea for Retro Gadgets comes from, is to being able to build digital gadgets with little effort. We love Pico 8 by Lexaloff because it brings you this retro environment where you can build your own games in Lua. And we also love Shenzhen.io by Zachtronics because it managed to teach you
Legendary
low-level
Zachtronics.
programming effortlessly. And Retro Gadgets tries to take the best of both worlds and adds a layer of hardware building and customization. All this is packaged in a cozy and retro-inspired environment. We have a fantastic community and people have been creating insane gadgets that go well beyond our initial expectations. So please join our Discord server and check them out. Retro Gadgets is in early access on Steam and we have big plans in store. Bye.
Yeah, this kind of game is really
You've ever
nice.
watched the Mars Curiosity rover on one of its
Education through
Very well
gaming and the gamification. Very nice.
specific contraptions and gadgets.
Wish we had more of that in school,
measure
man.
soil samples and hunt for traces of water. Our next game poses a very important question, though. Sure, Curiosity can tell us the weather on a planet millions of miles away, but can it deliver a pizza? In Mars First Logistics from Shape Shop, you'll be given the task of carrying awkwardly shaped objects from point A to point B by assembling and piloting your very own Mars rovers. And in doing so, perhaps you will solve the pepperoni-based problems that truly matter.
Hello, I'm Ian McClarty from ShapeShop. We're a small team based in Melbourne, Australia, and we're making this game, Mars First Logistics. In Mars First Logistics, you'll be helping to establish a colony on the surface of Mars. You'll do this by transporting often awkwardly shaped objects between A and B, using vehicles that you design and build
Twitch keeps
yourself.
reconnecting. Well, at least it's not disconnecting the stream anymore for now. That's already good. No.
As you complete deliveries, the game will give you new toys to play with.
Damn cheating. I was ruined. I like this the DR style for this kind of game. Like we played a bunch, right, of these like constructors of like
The game
robots
is
and
set
everything,
in a vast open world.
but they were just kind of like regular 3D, and it was kind of like
you'd like
mostly, I don't know, like
There's a
looking
mix
kind of
of
weird.
procedurally
And this
generated
kind of
side
fits really
jobs
good,
and
and like the
handcrafted
contrast and
main
everything, and the clear outlines and everything because
In
of
the
that.
main contracts, you'll be helping to construct new buildings in the game's world.
Like minimal detail, more kind of like outlines, you know, the high contrast, so you can see, you know, the hitboxes and stuff better.
One of the main challenges in the game is figuring out how to pick up each item and deliver it safely to its destination using the parts that you have available.
Rip.
And as you build up your collection of parts, more creative options will become available to you. And I think a lot of the fun in the game is just messing around and being creative in its editor.
That's a dink with a
And
shader.
finally, I'm really excited to announce that Mars First Logistics will be launching into Steam Early Access on the 22nd of June. That's just 2 weeks away, and we're really looking forward to seeing what everyone builds in the game.
This rocket
Thank
is
you.
not that loud, man.
You'd think the aftermath of a worldwide flood would be pretty bleak, right? Well, UK and Denmark-based studio Die Gute Fabrik has a different take. From the studio
Die
that
Gute
brought
Fabrik?
you Mutazione
Damn, son.
and Sports Friends comes the all-new adventure set in the sprawling post-flood world of Saltsea. The adventure unfolds differently with every decision, so there's always something new to see in your next playthrough. So buckle your swashes and get ready for the world premiere of the stylish, seaworthy Saltsea Chronicles.
Hello. We are Die Gute Fabrik. I'm Hannah Nicklin from Die Gute Fabrik, and we made Saltsea Chronicles. We're super stoked to show you the world premiere of Saltsea Chronicles today. It's a flooded world, story-driven adventure game where you play as a ship's whole crew. At the beginning of the game, you're going to discover that Maya, your captain, has gone missing, and together your ragtag crew are going to heist a ship and set out across the Saltsea archipelago in search of clues. In each chapter of the game, you'll decide where to head next, who to explore with from the crew when you get there, and what to say to the people that you meet along the way. Salt Sea Chronicles' unique art style is brought to life by beautiful animation, and each location is built on the fragments of this world that came before. Our art team have really done an incredible job. One of my favourite locations is called Los Gatos, and on that island, the people there live symbiotically with this community of cats. As you explore, you'll find a brand new trick-taking
Pick
card
out the
game designed
cats.
especially for the world of Saltsea. It's a really good way to
See,
take
see,
a
do
break
it,
from the
do
story.
it.
It's called Spoils.
Yeah,
and you
Devolver
can
is
play it
already in
all
like
over the
70 minutes.
archipelago, and you
They're
might
probably gonna
discover
be some
how
time though
each
still left,
community
but
has
yeah.
slightly different house rules.
You better, you better.
Another thing we're super proud of is our exploration system. So we're sort of done away with the walk of shame in adventure games. So if you miss a clue, instead of sort of slowly traipsing to the other end of the island, you're just going to tap the shoulder button on your controller or select a screen span arrow to move almost instantaneously across a space. It allows us to lay the story down away from a linear path much more organically. Salt Sea Chronicles doesn't tell a story about a hero.
Not sure I'm
It's a
like
story about a
personally a
community
huge
and
fan
how
of the
you
art
navigate
style
the
though.
world together. And each
But
community
that's
that you meet
me.
in turn is going to be rich and amusing and strange maybe, and have its own things going on. There's also a strong sense of genre-based storytelling too. So while you might be new to the world of Saltsea, you'll know that you're in a
Mostly kinda
Scooby-Doo
because of
chapter
colors
or a
probably.
Romeo and Juliet chapter or a detective.
A little too much for my personal taste.
There are plenty of laughs, but tough choices and meaningful moments too. Our writer's room of award-winning storytellers have done an incredible job. We're so delighted to share Salt Sea Chronicles with you all today, and I can't wait for you to explore the rich world, get to know the wonderful characters, and to hear what paths you chart when you play.
All right, this next game, sorry. Tim keeps texting. Let's see. Oh, Tim wants me to read something. Apologies, but this seems important. The thing I love most about Day of the Devs, says Tim, as me as Tim, I don't know, is getting to know all these amazing game developers. I love hearing them describe their games and their creative process, but I wish I could hear more. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, eavesdropping all their private conversations, all their ups and downs, their triumphs and tribulations, while making a real video game over the course of 7 years. Too bad there's no way to do it. Or is there? This is actually pretty cool. Two Player Productions was embedded with Double Fine for the course of 7 years while they were making Psychonauts 2, and they made a
documentary.
super long documentary series unlike anything you've ever seen in games.
Those apparently are pretty good, huh?
You see all the tears, the outrage and joys, and all the things that happen in game development that never really gets documented because who has access like this? So here's a very quick sneak peek at their incredibly long series. We highly encourage you to watch this thing. It's amazing.
Heard it is really good, huh? Heard it actually is.
Psychonauts 2. To get to the dollar amount we're talking about, it's probably going to take financing from a lot of different avenues. Whenever Grasslands is going to start, Tim's just going to start taking our people.
So there's a ton of stuff going on right now. It's kind of breaking me. But you know, it's fun. It'll be really rewarding when it's done.
Hopefully you get a chance to work on a Psychonauts game in the near future. Thank you for helping us bring back Psychonauts. Thank you. 3, 2, 1.
The Psycho Odyssey.
To submit your game for future Day of the Devs, or
No,
to
that
just
one was
hear about
already
Day of
out
the Devs in
completely
general,
there.
go to
The
dayofthedevs.com
different
for more
one.
info.
Thank you to all
More
the
extended,
incredible
maybe.
sponsors that have been with us since the very beginnings of Day of the Devs. We're going on 11 years. We could not pay for any of this without these sponsors. They donate to us, ask for nothing in return except a showcase of incredible games from indie devs all around the world. So please, applause for all the cool logos on the screen. We appreciate you.
Where's
Couldn't do this without
Nintendo?
you. Thank you. Thank you
Shaking
again
my
to
SMH.
the incomparable Dose One. He's been supplying the beats for all the transitions between all these amazing games ever since we started doing these digital showcases for Day of the Devs. Thank you again. You're a hero amongst heroes. Go check out his music. It's amazing. Hell, Ghost One is incredible. Thank you for watching Day of the Devs yet again. If you're looking for more information or you just want to subscribe to the coolest newsletter in all the land, go to dayofthedevs.com. The URL on your screen. Follow us on social media. We got more coming up this year. Thank you to our friend Jeff Keighley. The Summer Game Fest showcase was amazing. We're so happy to be a part of Summer Game Fest for these last many years. Definitely stick around. We're not completely done yet. We have a musical performance.
Well, I mean, that wasn't that many years, but you know.
Who made the game Chia. It's worth it. It's really cool. Happening right now.
The music performance. There's the Steve's favorite game. Chia. I mean, they're wrapping up the show already. There's gonna be Devolver in 10 minutes. Wrapping up the show. Then we see the Devolver with another Dinkness. Might be something different. Let's see, close this. Alright. The story time with Devolver. Yeah, this maybe I'm not sure if they're gonna embed that stuff into their existing story or they're doing something new there, because there was like some sort of like mascot character or something, so I don't know. Is it gonna be the same Devolver universe or are they gonna do something else? We'll see, I guess. We will see, I guess. Even dinkier stuff. Could be. Could be. Oh, I think they actually... Yeah, they actually, I think, gonna have something from Grasshopper Manufacturer too. So that's gonna be good stuff already. It's already promising. Last year was pretty nice in terms of like announcements and stuff. Man, I want to go snorkeling, dude. That would be good. That would be dink, man. Now we wait for Devolver, huh? It was like a little bit less of like, I don't know, like last year was kind of like a little cooler because they were showing more kind of like behind the scenes stuff there on development. That was kind of even a little motivating there. The coffee break, nah, no coffee. Already had coffee, already had energy drink earlier. Enough. I will need to sleep after that.